I gotta put it back. Whoa, I gotta tighten it back to get it back out to. So we got the BMW parked here in the garage. Haven't done much with it lately. Been driving it. Had a little bit of a fire in there. The radio decided to short. We'll take care of that later. But it's been an extremely busy week this week. And we want to get a video out to you. So there's something I've been wanting to do. We're going to de-redneckify this BMW and class it up with a Borla Pro XS exhaust. Actually, I don't even know if this is classing it up, but I ordered it a long time ago. Didn't have time to mount it because we were in a rush to get to Arkansas, so there's a cherry bomb on it, and I really don't want it on anymore. So the rest of the car is all clean, and then you go to the back and you see a cherry bomb, and truthfully, lots of people have pointed it out, which I didn't think they would, but they have, so it's time to get rid of it. So we're going to do some sound tests of what it sounds like right now with the cherry bomb. We're going to get this on, see what it sounds like with the Borla on, and that way we can have ourselves a pro race car exhaust. Not really, but this is the Borla. We're going to get it mounted. I don't know which way is in or out, so we're going to sort that out, and then we're going to run it up the center just like BMW intended to. We're at the back of the car right now, and before I do the sound test to get things all nice and hot before I decide to pull them off, I'm going to just show you what the setup looks like. If you haven't seen the other videos, I think we kind of just did a rundown of what I did to get this on the road and get an exhaust on it so it wasn't ear deafening. But we're going to jump down and start things off. This pro tip here of just an exhaust pipe that I just wanted to come out past the bumper is ugly. Don't like it. I'm going to try to figure something out. So underneath is our cherry bomb and some okay welding because, like I said, just wanted to get it on. So we have, there's the cherry bomb here, runs down, does a 90 to another 90, and there's a clamp. I purposely did that. That way I can unclamp this very easily. We're going to chop it, keep this bend, maybe clean up some of those ugly welds, and then be able to clamp our Borla. A good amount of space on this side and this side. I think we'll mount it flat, kind of push it up towards this area. We want to somewhat avoid touching our gas tank here and get it closer to our spare wheel. And then obviously a new tip. There we go. So we're going to work on getting this clamp off and sliding this whole thing out. But first, let's set up some microphone and see if we can capture how ridiculously loud and obnoxious this exhaust is, and then see what happens after we put the muffler on. Okay, so here's our muffler. There you are. And I have a mic set up. Make sure it's on. We're going to see how well this captures the sound. And if this doesn't work, I laid on the floor for nothing. So I'm going to give it a start. It's very cold. I haven't done anything, which I'm glad because I don't want to touch this hot exhaust all day. So I'm going to start it up, give it a quick couple braps. Hopefully we capture it decently on that sound. I would say this is a 3-foot distance from it, kind of. But I'm hoping to catch some sound. Let's see. Holy smoke, that worked. Didn't sound too bad. I replayed it to make sure I didn't have to redo it. You saw a lot of that unburnt fuel blowing out of there. I've been noticing it definitely chugs some fuel and it smells a little rich, so probably need to do some more adjustment on it. But you got a good sounding. It sounds, for a 16-year-old, it sounds great. But for a mature, not even mature, for an adult like me, I don't like the sound. It's gotten annoying and kind of meh. So let's get this off. Now that you heard how ridiculously loud this is, we'll compare it once we get the new one on. Holy crap, it smells smells like a boat. I don't know why boats have that distinctive smell, but they always smell like super rich. Whole garage, you can just smell the fumes in here. So we're gonna let things clear out, or we're just gonna shut the garage and we're just gonna smell some fumes. Pump it. All right, that should do it. Let's just throw this under a wheel. All right, now for all the under the car stuff. Is that a Cheeto? There's a Cheeto. I don't know where that Cheeto came from. That's weird. So we're gonna address that again because under a load, the exhaust does come over here and hit the drive shaft right there. So we're gonna address that. But let's get this muffler off and this leaky differential. Okay, focus. One thing at a time. All right, let's get this U-bolt clap off and slide off our muffler. Plus up in here, I think I'm just gonna take that bolt out. Wait, it's up in there. Yep, 9/16. All right, that's loose enough. Now, how did I do all this? Did I make this even make it impossible? Let's show you what I got. So I think I'm using the old brake or old bumper mounting points to mount this, and it works really well. You've got a threaded nut insert thing right above where the exhaust would come out, so we could peek up in here. There it is. So it's a little ugly, but there's our rubber bracket welded to, I believe, a nut that this bolt, it's threaded onto this bolt. Then this bolt runs up into here where you would have had your bumpers, because the hole used to be up there. So really I should just have to take this off, and this all comes apart, which I meant to do. All right, one turn at a time. I don't know who's the genius that put a locking washer there, but I did. So yeah, it's coming undone, and actually that nut is just staying right there. So I'm gonna unscrew this, and next clip we'll hopefully have this muffler out. Whoever came up with this genius idea, it's now not genius. I got the wrench stuck against the muffler, and the bolt that is about 10 times too long. So now I gotta put it back. Oh, I gotta tighten it back to get it back out to. Okay. Why was it that long? I have no idea. Does it need to be that long? No, it does not. Are we gonna keep it that long? No, we are not. Look at. Oh, okay. It doesn't even want to come out. And it's stuck. Looks like I even had cut it down. Look at this. That was all the way threaded up into that one nut circle. All right, we're gonna start by lopping off the cherry bomb. Cherry bomb's off. Not too bad. So let me get under there. I'm gonna give it a quick look, and I'll let you know what I think the best orientation is. You know, I figured I was going to be on and off about a dozen times, and I was just going to kind of show you the finished product. But truthfully, first try, and I'm happy with it. So watch. And we got to remember too, the car is sitting at an angle. But now, there is our pipe. Yeah, it looks silly because it's crooked, but that's the only way it's gonna fit nicely up in between our gas tank and our spare tire without having to pound the crap out of it or cut it. So we're gonna run with that, and it is almost dead nut center with everything. So we'll have a little crooked, but I think that'll turn out quite nice. Look at that. It all worked out. So we're going to finish burning that up. We're just gonna, it's in there. All right, so we're gonna finish welding that up because I'm pretty happy with that angle. And we are going to probably build another bracket off so it pushes that exhaust over a little more, just so we can avoid hitting the drive shaft, because now where I have it, it actually isn't touching at all, or would be touching. So I like the position. So I'm gonna finish with this piece. I'm gonna weld around here, get it all cleaned up, final product, and then figure out a little exhaust hanger for back by the diff, whatever. So I'm gonna go see if I can find anything to make it a tip, just to come out another inch, kind of make a cool shape to it. If you haven't seen, obviously this seems like Groundhog Day. We did something like this with the Baja Bug, and I made my own little tip that I liked. So I'm gonna try to go with that same style. And if you haven't seen that one, check it out. We just love welding mufflers on stuff. Welding is so much harder than it looks, I swear. But I tried really hard, my hardest, and it came out pretty decent for the tip, because you're gonna actually see this bit sticking out slightly. So I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm not gonna try to clean up all those welds, because then it'll look even worse. But we're not gonna leave this snuffleupagus style tip though. I'm gonna start cutting it, kind of getting a feel for, this is the artistic part of doing mufflers. Ooh, I see it now. I see it forming. That's what I want. Okay. You know, I'm gonna cut that line. So remember it. I'm gonna take it, cut it, and then start modifying it, see if we can make it work. So we got our little cut. I'm gonna call it the fish mouth. I'm gonna get the wire wheel, clean up the rest of this, because all the Sharpie mark and a little surface rust, make it all pretty. And now we're ready to get this on. Okay, if we come over here, you could see there's the exhaust tip for the Baja. There's the exhaust tip for the BMW. And it'll turn nice and purple like that, I hope. I really hope, because that'll look pretty good, I think. Dumped. So that's what I was going for. All right, don't you think I forgot? Don't you think I forgot about this long bolt? We're gonna cut it down. I wanted to bring you in and kind of show you what I've done, because it makes sense, I think. But we cut down that bolt shorter up in here, which was cool, whatever. And then we have our nut up in there. And what I did was I just pushed that up against a thread insert and then put our bolt in there, so it all threaded at the same time, because I want that nut as high as I can get it. And it came out pretty good. We have a little, just like a gap right here, and fairly straight, not too crooked. And what's nice is I can always just bend this a little more if I need to, but it's all up in there. And then we've got this one going on, and that's a new one that I was decided to try out, and I will show you what I did. So we're gonna get a longer bolt here that goes through for our diff mount, and this bracket's bolted to it. Normally this would be like a clamped one, maybe 2 pieces clamped, but we're using it to hold this, and it's keeping us away from our drive shaft. So I got that one snugged down really nicely to hold. Oh, I didn't even tighten down that nut. Probably should do that first. But we have that held down nicely, and then up in here we have our new bracket with a little worn out rubber, but it'll work. So I improved it very much improved it. I added this extra bracket here because there was nothing supporting this section all the way to the front almost. It was almost suspended by just this. That's because I had a time limit and I was trying to get it done. So we always know how that goes. This time I was able to think it through, kind of trial by error. Last one, now I know what I need to do. So I'm excited because all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to tighten everything up, get it finished, get this on the ground, or actually we're going to start it and see if we have any leaks, and if we do, we're just going to ignore them because I don't want to pull it all back off. But let's get them all tightened down and get another sound clip of this new exhaust, new tip. So I'm excited. Now we have our mic set up about the same place where we're going to give her a crank and see how it sounds. Okay, not too bad. I like it. Now it's time to get her idling and we're going to check for the leaks. If there's none, let's get it on the ground and do a quick road test. So everything I did, no exhaust leaks. I definitely hear one up there, so I'm going to tighten up that clamp. Not a big fan of these U-bolt clamp styles, but yeah, that's not too bad. I'll show you the tip. I don't know about it. I mean, it's close to center. Does it look like a small penis hanging out? Maybe. I don't know. Own it. I'm going to leave it for now. Say what you will. We'll see how it goes. But let's pull this bad boy out and go for a cruise. Don't lose the curb apron. All right. I mean, it still vibrates. Oh, it's still very loud. I don't hate it. It's a little more tame. You can hear me at all, but it's still going to terrorize the neighbors. I don't know. We're going to keep going. Everything's still buzzy. I definitely don't hear it hitting the drive shaft anymore, which was my biggest concern, to be honest. Yeah, definitely a little more pro. Well, that's gonna do it if it's still recording. Let me know in the comments if you like the cherry bomb. Oh boy, I don't know if you can hear me. If you like the cherry bomb or you like the Borla, let me know. I'm not gonna cut it off, but it'd be good to know, like, maybe
Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Speed Shak Garage. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing more on this BMW. She needs a couple upgrades and accessories put on her to look cool. Now that we got it, to me at least, sounding cool. And we'll see you in the next one. And it's pretty cool to be here.